Today, I'd like to introduce you to our engagement report for 2022 for Franklin Templeton Fixed Income Group. I think it's really exciting to talk about the different engagements that we've done over the past year with corporates as well as sovereigns. Obviously, one of the biggest things we think with engagement is transparency is incredibly important, especially when investing in a sustainable fashion. And so we think it's really good to have these reports share with you what we're doing and we move forward with that. So the main themes out of the report you'll see, number one is about transparency. We are asking for more data to be disclosed by corporations, non-financial data. I mean, we have all the financial, but how are these things impacting their business? We also really want to ensure that companies are adopting best practices and also share between companies what different people are doing, because it's, I think, really helpful if we can get data, non-financial data, that is similar for all these companies. It makes it much easier for us to compare and contrast and see who's doing better, who's not. And obviously, one of the biggest areas we've been focused on is energy transition. I mean, it comes as no surprise given what's happened in the energy markets over the last year, of really how are we going to look at this? More renewable energy, what is happening to the electrical grids, et cetera. And I think it's really important to engage with utilities, especially to look at how they're doing that. The other big area, which I think has really been highlighted by COP15, is the biodiversity crisis that we're currently in. This goes hand in hand with climate change, so it's not really completely different, but we really have had a lot of engagement with corporates, especially on how are they dealing with their impact on the biodiverse habitats that are near their operations. I mean, you'll see more of that in next year's report, because this is a big area we think that everybody's going to be focused on. And obviously, it's something that's really important. I mean, there's no sense, working so hard to reduce the carbon emissions if then, there isn't much biodiversity left in the world. So that's something that's really important. So lastly, there has been a lot of geopolitical events over the last year and will continue to be so in the future. So we are focusing very much on, where there's health, safety, rule of law, and how does that impact countries as well as companies. So I think that's another big factor you will see in our report, but also going forward. So really overall, for sustainability, it's really finding a balance between the people, the nature, and the economy. And I think that sustainable investing does that quite effectively. But also, we need to have that transparency of what we're doing in engagements so that we can really demonstrate that with corporates, but also with sovereigns, because we see that sovereign engagement will become a bigger and bigger portion of how we can actually make an impact over the coming years. So I encourage you to read the report, let us know what you think about it. It'd be really always like feedback so that we can do it better next year. Thanks so much.